Mayor Caldwell has announced the opening of shelters on Oahu. We now go to KITV4's Jill Kuromoto. She's live at the Department of Emergency Management with the latest. Jill.
Thanks a lot, Mahia. That's right. We are inside the Emergency Management Department, and with me is Mayor Caldwell. He has an important announcement about the non-essential city workers and the status of them. Thank you, Mayor.
Jill, I'm here to announce that all non-emergency city workers, City and County of Honolulu workers, will be allowed to go home at 3 this afternoon, about an hour and a half earlier than they would otherwise go. And we want to give everyone enough time to get home before the real effects of Flossie are felt, which is about 6 o'clock when we should start feeling it, and by 9 o'clock the eye of the storm should be over Oahu. This will give people enough time so there's not a traffic jam or a worse traffic jam. They can stop by the store, pick up their loved ones, and get home. And this is an advance, just a lot of precaution being taken here. As you know, we're hoping Flossie's energy will dissipate as it gets closer to Oahu, but it's always better to be prepared. We want to make sure everyone is safe and protected.
Better safe than sorry.
Absolutely.
But can you talk about what kind of services then are being affected?
So basically all the non-essential city services, non-emergency services, for example, Division of Motor Vehicle, the zoo, the golf courses, those kinds of things, all offices will shut down by 3 o'clock. Things like sewer, water, bus service, critical things that we need, particularly in a time like this, will all be under a regular schedule and in full operation.
For how long will this be in effect?
This will be in effect until I, as mayor, declare that the emergency is over. We're hoping that by midnight or so, if the eye of the storm is going to be over this island by around 9 o'clock, hopefully we should see it move on going north, and at that point we'll make a determination. We'll work also with the federal and state agencies to make sure, but at the end of the day it's a county decision that's made county by county.
And as far as the shelters then, the plan was to open them at 3 o'clock. Will that remain in effect?
That will remain in effect. We're going to keep the shelters open, and we'll open at 3 o'clock. We'll be sending our non-emergency employees, City and County of Home, at that point in time. Some of them may determine they want to go to a shelter. That's why we tried to time it together. We were going to make this announcement at 1 o'clock, but we decided to do it earlier to give people enough time to plan and prepare. And, of course, it takes some time to shut down some of these offices a little earlier than otherwise would be.
And then as far as the shelters, they are pet-friendly?
That's correct.
Tell me about
that. These shelters are going to be pet-friendly, all 10 of them. You can bring your pet. You just got to make sure you have a cage or some type of carrying box for them to go into so that they're safe and protected.
And as far as the residents themselves that do choose to use the shelters, they are required to bring their own supplies as well.
That's correct. They should bring their own blankets. They should, if they have any medical needs, they should bring enough medicine for up to 7 days. Change of clothes, those kind of things they need to bring. Of course, American Red Cross will be working with the City and County of Honolulu to make sure that while they're there, they're comfortable.
All right. Thank you very much, Mayor, for that announcement.
Appreciate you staying around, too. Thank you so much.
No problem. All right. So there you heard it. City workers will be allowed to go home early today, 3 o'clock. So there's about 10,000 city workers that will be affected. Services will be affected as well. And shelters will remain open, though, at 3 o'clock, as was announced earlier. And so those will be available for those who choose to evacuate their homes. So we're not out of the clear yet. So stay tuned to KITV. Back to you, Mahia.
All right, Jill, thank you very much for your live report. The Hawaiian Electric Company has taken necessary precautions in preparation of Tropical Storm Flossie. Officials with HECO say they've checked all equipment and made sure extra supplies were on hand just in case of an emergency. Crews will also be holding off on routine repairs today, and extra crew workers will be on standby.